I'm with John Leech of Irish Water Safety, the Portuguese Man of War. This is the only third time we've had a recorded epidemic. What's been happening?
Yeah, it's most unusual. This year we've had lovely warm tropical maritime air coming from the tropics, coming from the West Indies since the last week in July. And we've had no strong northerly winds at all. And so what's happened is the Portuguese Man of War, which is, although everybody refers to it as a jellyfish, in fact it's not a jellyfish at all, it's a siphonophore, and that's like a whole colony of little organisms who depend on each other, and that's how they live, and that's how they grow and grow and grow. So it has a float, which floats on the surface, about the size of a small rugby ball, and it's translucent. It glistens in the sun, and it's got beautiful colours of blue, purple, sort of indigo, pinks. So it looks really, really attractive. And so what happened was the mariners who, when they were, sort of 600-700 years ago, when they crossed the Atlantic first, along with Columbus and that, when they left European waters, they first met these as they went past the Azores, the Portuguese, colonies, shall we say. And that's why it was known as a Portuguese Man of War, because it looked like a Portuguese ship, sailing ship. So they come up into our waters. The first time, as I said, in 3 times in literally over 100 years. This year, 1945 and 1903, and they're coming into the south-facing, the southwest-facing bays and beaches. The water temperature at the moment is 15 degrees, and so it's at its warmest essentially as well. So that also has aided them. So that's why a lot of them are not dead yet, because when the water gets cold, they will die anyway. They are a public health hazard because essentially they are the most venomous of all the jellyfish that comes into our waters, even more so than the lion's mane jellyfish. So if somebody does, get stung by them, which can happen very, very easily, if their tentacles get on some part of the hand or your foot or your arm or whatever, your legs, what you do is you take any pieces that are removable away with, say, a plastic card or a biro or a cloth or anything, but very gently, don't rub, and then get back into the sea and use salt water to wash the affected area away.
How much damage can they do?
Unfortunately, they can cause an anaphylactic shock, and they can also cause seizures, which they don't fully understand yet. And in fact, Dr. Tom Doyle in the Martin Ryan Institute in Galway is doing an enormous work at the moment to come up with an anti-venom to try and counteract the sting. It's so severe.
Are they fatal? Can they kill a child?
Yes, they have killed 3 people in recorded deaths in their history, so they can be very dangerous. But the main thing is, put on the cold pack of the dry ice in a plastic bag, and let's say like a tea towel or a clean cloth. And if the pain doesn't go away and the child or the person is feeling bad, get them straight away to A&E, because they're going to have an anaphylactic shock or they're likely to have a seizure.
Where in Ireland have they been found, and in what sort of numbers?
Yeah, they've been found right around from Cork, Cape Clear. Yesterday there was 88 recorded in the South Harbour beach, right around the whole way through Kerry, Ballybunion, Ladies Beach, right up to Lahinch, Kilkee and Clare, Galway, Ballyconneely, Dogs Bay, the Clifton area, Clifton Bay, that whole area up there, right up into Achill, Keene Bay, Keel Bay, 22 of them on Keel Bay the other morning. And then right up into Donegal. They've been sighted right up in Donegal in smaller numbers, albeit, but it's really unprecedented. In my lifetime, I've never heard of Portuguese Man of War up in Donegal, or indeed Mayo for that matter.
And how can you recognise them? What distinguishes them from another type of jellyfish?
Well, as I said, they're not a jellyfish, they're a siphonophore, and they have a very long dark blue tentacle which from the surface down, but unlike other jellyfish who are submerged, their bell is submerged, theirs floats on top of the surface, and that's how they sailed up here with the wind. And so they're translucent in colour, about the size of your hands, a small rugby ball, with a lovely little pattern on the top of them, which looks, when they're sailing along, they look like little tall ships. And they've got lovely colours of, indigo, purples, pinks, depending on the size and depending on the time of the year and depending whether they're dead or not. And bear in mind that if it's moist on the beach or on the shore, after they've died, the sting is still there within them for another 10 days to even 2 weeks and even more sometimes. So be very careful of them.
Scary thought. Thank you very much, John Leech.
Thank you very much.